This is a live WNEP presentation. Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from downtown Williamsport, it's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
For 20 years, the city of Williamsport has been welcoming the world to the Little League World Series. We welcome you to the 20th annual Grand Slam Parade, live in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Scott Schaefer from WNEP, along with our sports director, Steve Lloyd, and Gabe Sinacropi from the Williamsport Crosscutters. Steve, great to have you back on the desk with us again this year.
Thanks, Scott. It's great to be here. Kind of coming back to my hometown here at Williamsport. Grew up in Loyalsock Township, just down the road. And these kids have been playing baseball all summer long. They're going to get out there on the field over at Lombardy and volunteer tomorrow, play all these baseball games. But tonight, a special night for them to come over here to Williamsport downtown. Thousands of fans here once again to celebrate these kids and have this outstanding parade. And we are so happy once again to have the VP of Marketing and Public Relations from the Williamsport Crosscutters, part of the MLB Draft League, Gabe Sinacropi. Gabe, good to see you once again.
Yeah, Steve, great to be with you guys once again. What a beautiful night in downtown Williamsport. What an awesome event, and what a great way to kick off what is, I have trouble describing these 2 weeks in Williamsport. I don't know what is better than this.
No, and it's really emotional to see these kids come down here just living their best day. I mean, this is every kid's dream, is to not only play in the Little League World Series, but to come down on this parade route in front of thousands of people. They're throwing their little puff baseballs that they're autographing, and they're getting them back from people, and you know, the candy's flying, and it's just an amazing experience. And if this is for some of them, this is their first experience in the United States of America, and what an experience it is.
One of the things that I love about these 2 weeks, guys, is that it's like opening a book, a new book. You kind of know about the story, but you don't know all the stories, and you don't know the ending. And that's what we're going to see over these next 2 weeks. We're going to learn about these teams. We're going to learn about these players and coaches and where they come from. And we're going to see what develops in these World Series games.
We're going to start to learn about them tonight. The welcome division of the parade is already marching past us, but it is Division 1 is when we are going to start to meet the teams participating in the 2026 Little League World Series. And for that, WNEP's Courtney Harrison is on the parade route. Courtney.
Hi guys, I'm not far down the street here behind you guys. These kids here are waiting patiently with their candy bags to collect everything that's being thrown at them. We're looking forward to this. This is my third year here at the parade, and it's probably one of my most favorite days of the year to see the excitement, to meet the teams. I'll be jumping on some of the floats with the kids, and so will my colleague down the street, AJ Myers. AJ, how are you doing down there?
Courtney, thanks so much. I'm right at the start of the parade. I got the Korean fans and the Japan fans here. They're ready. Are you guys ready as well? Everybody is super excited. We're so close to starting this parade and meeting the teams, and that's really what it's all about. But before we do that, we have to toss it over to Jake Michaels. Jake, how you doing up there?
I'm doing well, AJ. Thank you so much. I'm Jake Michaels, the morning show host on Classic 93.3 WBZD Radio, part of the Backyard Broadcasting group of radio stations, and I am on top of the Journey Bank Community Arts Center tonight, where I'll be interviewing the many sponsors who make this Grand Slam Parade possible. So stick around, because I think we're going to go to a break, so stay with us, folks. We'll be back with the Grand Slam Parade. More to come.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade, brought to you by Williamsport, Lycoming Chamber of Commerce, and the Horizon Federal Credit Union. I'm Newswatch 16 Sports Director Steve Lloyd, along with Gabe Sinacropi and Scott Schaefer. Beautiful weather here in Lycoming County tonight. Temperatures in the Williamsport area up around 80, and it's going to be a hot night tonight for this parade. Super excitement going on here in the area, and thousands of fans from all over the world joining us here tomorrow for the 79th Little League World Series.
We're seeing the Little League ushers coming down 4th Street right now. The ushers in Lombardy and Volunteer Stadiums direct, assist, and accommodate fans and guests all across the Little League World Series complex. You know, there's some ushers, many local, but there's some that come in from wherever and take a couple weeks off of work even to be an usher at the Little League World Series.
Much like the umpires, we're going to meet them shortly too in this welcome division. Again, this is the welcome division of the 20th annual Grand Slam Parade. Division 1 is hot on its heels, and that's when we start to meet the teams. We'll meet the Major League sponsor. Steve Garvey is the
Grand Marshal.
The Grand Marshal. Featured here tonight, and folks of a certain generation certainly remember Steve Garvey.
Our generation.
Yeah, that would be the generation.
10-time All-Star Steve Garvey.
74 most valuable player, if memory serves.
You are absolutely correct. Spent some time with them last night. We'll have more time with them tomorrow morning in our Grand Slam breakfast put on by the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce.
Family of Carl Stotts. Karen Stotts-Myers, the daughter of Carl Stotts, the founder of Little League Baseball. And of course, this parade would not be complete without the Stotts family being involved. That is indeed why we are here tonight and why all of these teams are in Lycoming County for the next 2 weeks.
Karen has really worked hard to preserve that memory of her dad and the great things that he did in starting Little League Baseball here in Williamsport, and she's been a great ambassador for Little League.
Yeah. Carl Stotts is a very revered name in Williamsport, and you can understand why.
Here we have the Easy Riders Equestrian Group. We welcome them to the Little League World Series. They represent a local trail riding organization and decorated in the red, white, and blue. Beautiful colors.
Yeah, America 250.
Beautiful horses.
It's a beautiful night in Williamsport. This is the best parade weather we have had in certainly a few years.
Love the sign.
Yeah. Again, the fans, especially the younger fans, stand at the ready because shortly the candy will be flying, the little baseballs will be flying, and this will be quite the scene. And they know what's coming, so there's a lot of anticipation here as we wait for Division 1. Let's go to Jake Michaels again. Here he's with us at the Journey Bank Community Arts Center.
Thank you so much, Scott. We're here with our first guest, Dr. John Conkle from UPMC, who is a major sponsor of the Grand Slam Parade. So, Doctor, thank you so much for being here, and tell us about UPMC.
Absolutely, yeah. So UPMC is the main medical provider for the Little League World Series. So we have a sports medicine crew that's headed by two really experienced athletic trainers, Mike Ledwikowski and Carmen Terry, and they're field side for every single game along with myself. And then we have a wellness center staffed by really experienced UPMC providers 24/7 the entire time the kids are on campus throughout the Little League World Series.
Yeah, and not only obviously do you have to take care of the well-being of the athletes, but also the fans in the stands.
That's true, yeah. So we have a very experienced emergency medicine crew that's also there taking care of the fans throughout the entire time, whether it's injuries out on the hill or heat-related illness. UPMC has an EMS crew there the entire time as well.
Well, we certainly hope that your services aren't needed all that much this week, and actually over the course of the next 2 weeks.
That's the goal. Yep, just watch baseball. That's the goal.
All right, that is Dr. John Conkle from UPMC. We're going to go back down to the booth.
Thank you, Jake. We'll be checking in with you throughout the course of our parade coverage tonight. Again, waiting on Division 1 here. That's when we're going to start to meet the teams, and Courtney Harrison's on the parade route for us.
Well, I can't imagine of any better way to spend your birthday. Bobby is here celebrating your birthday.
We've lived here for 3 years now, and what's better than the Little League Parade on your birthday?
So who do you root for? Do you root for the Pennsylvania team or for the Texas team?
Well, it depends upon where they are in the standings.
That's a fair bet.
Yeah, root for the home team until they lose out, and root for the Texas team or the Southwest team, whoever it seems to come, and go from there.
Well, good luck to your team, and enjoy your day, and thanks for being here with us. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, I'm joined with Kevin here. Kevin, are you excited for the little parade today?
Yes, I'm very excited.
And what do you love so much about baseball?
My favorite thing about baseball is that, like, the funny part about it is it looks like the person's caught it, but then they immediately say strike, and it's just funny because it looks like they caught it, but they didn't.
That's so true. Well, thank you for taking the time with us. We got so many more interviews. The teams are going to start coming, so this is about to start picking up, guys, but I'll send it back to the booth for right now.
All right, thank you very much, AJ. See, members of Williamsport City Council are on the parade route.
Great job.
Again, part of the welcome division here.
You know, we weren't supposed to get any rain tonight, guys, but it did just rain candy on us
we got
from
our first
Williamsport City Council.
Barrage of Tootsie Rolls just came our way.
They promised me that they were going to get us pretty hard with the candy, and they did.
Yeah, they
did.
They laid in wait for us.
And another big thing here tonight, guys, obviously is the trading of the pins. You'll see the kids over on the hill all week long over at South Williamsport at the Little League World Series, constantly trading pins, but they're waiting for some of the goods in those bags. But the pins are a big thing for the Little League World Series.
Not only at the World Series, but at hotels, special pin trading rooms. It's a big cultural thing with the World Series.
And Williamsport, some events obviously happening on this side of the river as well, as you can see with the graphic, that Williamsport has a number of events going on in concert with the Little League World Series, which officially takes place in South Williamsport on the other side of the Susquehanna River. And the first games of the 2026 Little League World Series begin tomorrow.
And recent Hall of Famer Andrew Jones.
He'll be here next Friday for Williamsport Welcomes the World. That's the annual Streak Festival during the off day in the World Series before championship weekend. So Andrew will be here. We'll have a championship luncheon with him that afternoon. He will be signing autographs at Williamsport Welcomes the World. A lot going on that Friday and throughout the 2 weeks of the Little League Baseball World Series.
Boy, did he make some catches in the outfield for the Braves.
He was a defensive star. There's no doubt about it. That's what got him into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Lycoming County Commissioners, and we have Lycoming County Commissioner Mark Musina, who should be out there walking with our 2026 Soapbox Derby champions in the stock division, Slayton Heilman and Colden Bardos in the super stock division. Soapbox Derby returned to Williamsport, I don't know, maybe close to 20 years ago now.
I see Mark walking there on the left side of the screen, right side of the car. Certainly he knows a little bit about baseball.
He does. Just ask him.
Speaking of Baseball Hall of Famers, he knows one pretty well, I think.
Yeah, he does. His brother Mike, of course. You know, Steve, you talked about the pin trading going on at the World Series. We mentioned at the hotels. There actually are people who I know who come to Williamsport during this time and never go to a game. They just come to trade pins. That's it. So it's really an interesting phenomenon, not only here but at other events as well. But it's huge at the Little League Baseball World Series.
Here we have U.S. Congressman Dan User representing the 9th Congressional District. His district includes Williamsport, portions of Lycoming County. He is walking with State Treasurer Stacy Garrity.
Well, look at that. It's Dugout, everybody's favorite mascot from Little League. Let's see what Dugout has up their sleeve during the World Series coming up.
You see the crowd that is gathered here, and I know, Gabe, you said about 40,000 expected here tonight. The weather is no drawback. It is perfect conditions in Williamsport for this evening's parade.
It's what they call Chamber of Commerce weather.
Chamber of Commerce weather. This is a Chamber of Commerce event, isn't it?
It certainly is. They're going to be celebrating Dugout's birthday, I believe on the 25th. A bunch of mascot friends will be there. There's some special giveaways out at the World Series as well. And they'll have a lot of fun with Dugout. I believe the first iteration of dugout decades ago was designed by the Disney company. They were the originators of helping Little League come up with the mascot way back when.
And there is the mayor of Williamsport, Derek Slaughter, with Congressman Dan Muser. And Derek Slaughter, an outstanding high school basketball player, state champion.
Yes, he was.
With the Williamsport Millionaires back in the day. Chevy Troutman, Terrence Johnson, Coach Michael Bailey, Kirk Felix coaching that team. He was, one great high school basketball player.
Thank you. And obviously handing out candy at a parade is something that is bipartisan in nature as those two get together for this big event. We're going to take a quick break here. Our coverage of the 20th Annual Grand Slam Parade resumes here in a minute.
This is a live WNEP presentation. Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from downtown Williamsport, it's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
And welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade from downtown Williamsport. We're going to throw it down to Courtney Harrison with the mayor of Williamsport, Derek Slaughter.
Yeah, hi guys, we're down here on the street. Mayor Slaughter, how fantastic is this day?
This is just incredible. I mean, to see the excitement on the kids' faces, to have the Little Leaguers coming through later on. It's about the kids. The weather cooperated, so I don't think any place else I'd rather be, or any of us rather be today. This is wonderful.
What does it mean to the city to have thousands and thousands of fans here every year?
It's just indescribable. I mean, to have this event every single year, these 2 weeks in August, it's unlike any other time. We appreciate it. We're fortunate, and we look forward to it every single year.
Go enjoy saying hi to the rest of those fans. We're going to kick it over to AJ.
Courtney, thanks so much. The parade is flowing on through. And we got some more people here to talk to. Where are you guys from?
I'm from here.
And how excited are you to be back here at the parade?
Absolutely amazing, man. I love it here.
And what are your favorite things about the Little League World Series once it gets going?
The baseball, I love it. I love all sports.
The candy, chips, the soda, all that.
Do you have a favorite piece of candy you've gotten so far?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet? What are you hoping for?
Flakes.
Oh, there we go. Lots of candy being thrown. We got some fire trucks rolling by. I'll send it back up to Scott and Steve and Gabe. Guys, how you doing up there?
Oh, doing great, AJ. Thanks for all your work down on the street. Here's the Woodland String Band, sponsored by Highmark.
And that band, founded in 1926, currently preparing to march in the 100th consecutive New Year's Day parade in Philly. Woodland has been a top 10 finisher for the past 30 years and has been a top 5 finisher for 14 of the past 15 years, having won the championship back in 2012.
And we're about to find out why, Steve. And that's the Woodland String Band getting everyone into the baseball mood here tonight. Still waiting on Division I of the 2026 Grand Slam Parade.
Steve, you played an instrument in school, didn't you?
Gabe, I think you asked me that last year.
What was the answer?
Yeah, I was in music class.
Oh, you were in music class.
Theater. A little public relations there.
So you just played the triangle in music class?
Yes, yeah. I did participate whatever they needed me to participate.
Well, you can play the triangle. I'll do the drums. We're going to get in that Highland band next year. Scott, what are you going to do?
Well, I guess I'm going to be up here by myself then. If you guys are going to be playing music.
We want you down there, too. We want to wear the costumes.
Old Lycoming Township Volunteer Fire Company represented here tonight. Tip of the hat to all the first responders. Many of them are actually working this event in some capacity, and the others that get to be participants in the parade, well, they deserve our salute as well.
And that would be Snuffy, the famous dog there with Squad 14. Old Lycoming Fire Company, always looking for volunteers. And you can hang out with Snuffy.
Back up to Jake upstairs. Jake.
Hey, thank you very much, Scott. We're once again back upstairs at the Journey Bank Community Arts Center in downtown Williamsport for the Grand Slam Parade, where I have the opportunity to interview some of our many sponsors who help make the Grand Slam Parade possible. And one of those is Dr. Michael Reed, the president of Penn College. And a good evening to you, Michael.
Hey, good evening, and thanks so much for being here and having me on for an interview.
Absolutely. So, first of all, thank you for the use of the Journey Bank Community Arts Center tonight for our broadcast.
Well, you're welcome. It's such a gift to the community, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to share it and to be able to provide this wonderful event.
Now, Penn College also plays a role in the Little League World Series. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we do, and again, so many of our faculty, staff, and students get involved to try to help support this amazing event. Our culinary students are now heavily involved. They're providing the meals for the 10 international teams and the 10 U.S. teams, providing up to 400 meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what a great learning experience for our students, and just to be so heavily involved. And this year, too, we also have one of our nursing students is helping out with some interpretation work, too, with the students. So just grateful for people willing to lean in and help and just lift our community and share what Penn College is all about and Williamsport's all about.
Sure. And classes, did I hear you say classes are back in now?
They did, yeah. Classes are already in session, and we just finished up our second day. We have an incredible incoming class. So proud. We're seeing a lot of enrollment growth continue. Our graduating class had a 98% placement rate, and it was also pretty unique. We just got some data from the U.S. Department of Education that our graduate earnings were 36% higher than that of the average college graduate. So our team has just been working so incredibly hard to put our students in the best position. Can't thank our industry partners, our faculty, our staff to keep just moving our mission forward and continue to lift our community.
All right, something to be very proud of. That's Dr. Michael Reed from Penn College, the president. Thank you very much, Michael.
Hey, thank you, and have a wonderful night. Welcome to Williamsport, everyone.
All right, we're going to send it back down to the booth.
And Division I is starting to march by our location here in Williamsport right now. You saw there for a moment the Grand Marshal of this year's parade, former Los Angeles Dodger and San Diego Padre, Steve Garvey, is on top of the float and as the Grand Marshal, and a fine representative he is.
And during that interview, quickly, we also saw 2026 Queen Tiadaghton, Lila Gallagher, and Miss Pennsylvania Team 2026, Anna Renier. And here comes Mr. Garvey.
Yeah, Garvey hit 294 in his career, 272 dingers, played with the LA Dodgers from 1969 to 82. And I'm sure everybody remembers the 81 World Series championship there for Mr. Steve Garvey.
I remember 74. Now, 74 Gabe, correct me, was not on the All-Star ballot and became a starter in the game through write-in votes.
Yeah, through a special write-in by all the Dodger fans.
Yeah.
And won the MVP
and then
that year.
Won the MVP of the league that year, and the Dodgers won the pennant, and they lost to the A's in the World Series, but Garvey, he became a star in 1974, and that really became just a baseball name you'll never forget.
One thing that people don't usually attached to Garvey is that he holds the National League record for consecutive games played. It's either 1,200 or 1,400, 1,207 or 1,407, but it equates to about 8.5 seasons of consecutive play, and he's very proud of that. I know that that was a great thing, was his durability, his consistency, and he was just a star player for over a decade.
Man, for a guy who won the MVP 52 years ago, he looks great, Gabe.
I told him last night, I said, you know what? You still look like Steve Garvey.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I look like myself.
He has his camera out. He's taking video of the crowd that's taking video of him. Quite the scene.
Well, recently we saw there the Williamsport area middle school cheerleaders, and then the high school, proud to represent the 2026 edition of the Marching Millionaires under the direction of Mr. Ryan Bulgarelli. Let's send it down to Courtney Harrison. Courtney?
Hi, guys. We're welcoming the folks that came probably the farthest, the folks from Australia. Australia, say hi to everybody back home. We have some people trying to tune in to watch the parade here. What's this experience been like for you guys so far?
Pretty bloody awesome.
What's been the best part so far?
I think just actually arriving in the States and then doing all the traveling and then arriving here to see the actual Little League World Series has been pretty amazing. We can't wait for it.
You guys are waiting on your division. The guys should be coming up shortly. How great is it to see these kids again after a little bit of a wait?
Yeah, you know what, they've been working so hard, so it's actually pretty amazing, and we're really looking forward to seeing them.
Good luck to them. And they even gave me a cute little carrier. I have a friend with me now for the rest of the parade, so we'll see how they do. We're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, I have a koala of my own. Adorable. Here's the cheerleaders from Williamsport. The Marching Millionaires band is also part of Division One. And then we are going to meet the team from Australia.
Yeah, Courtney mentioned that they probably have traveled the farthest. How about 9,800 miles?
That's it's farther than we travel.
Yeah, a little bit.
And we have high school football starting up August 28th in Williamsport High School with a new head coach. Kevin Brown was on the staff years ago, but back as a head coach now. His brother Gary played in the NFL. But Kevin under the direction of the Millionaires now, so looking forward to seeing what he does with that football team coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Gary Brown, a legendary Williamsport athlete. Here's the Marching Millionaires, the hometown team, if you will.
Always a highly decorated marching ensemble.
Marching Millionaires.
Yeah, that's got to be a thrill in the morning to wake up and know you're going to march in a parade in your hometown, and pretty much everybody around the world is going to be watching.
No doubt about it.
The band is under the direction of Mr. Ryan Bulgarelli, with a large number of staffers, and the Marching Million would like to thank the Williamsport Area School District, the Band Association, the school board, faculty, and staff for their continued support of the music program. It's great to be a millionaire in every definition of the term. All right, here we go, Gabe.
Australia, they are the Ride Little League from Sydney, Australia. As I mentioned, traveled 9,800 miles. Population 5.6 million. They were 6-1 in the regionals. Here's the interesting thing, guys. In 2021, they won the Australia Regional Tournament, but could not travel here for the World Series because that World Series right after the pandemic featured only U.S. teams. Finally, they are here in Williamsport.
Wow, welcome to the States, boys. And we will hear, of course, a huge round of applause for this team when they get about another half block from where they are right now. The Australia contingent is gathered in front of the Genetti Hotel here in Williamsport, and this float with their with their kids about to come right to them. But we also have the first U.S. team.
That's the Bridgewater Joe Lazaro Little League, Bridgewater, Massachusetts, from the New England region.
We got Tim Zackerson of the New England region, Bridgewater, Massachusetts. How excited are you to be here?
Very excited. I didn't expect this parade to be this many people.
And your team has had a really dominant run to this Little League World Series. Your run differential is plus 25. What has gone into these performances?
The lineup's good top to bottom. I mean, everybody can put the bat in the ball. Everybody grinds out at bats, and they all pick each other up and support each other.
And you have a really impressive pitcher, Dominic. He had 14 strikeouts in your last game. Just how impressed are you by him?
Dom does his thing. He's been doing his thing for a bunch of years now, and he gets an opportunity to show everybody on the big stage.
And what do you hope your team in your area will be remembered for this week?
Just how we've carried ourselves up here, and all the different people we've met. I mean, the baseball. Hope we play good baseball, but I mean, this experience and meeting all the new people from different countries. That's what I hope people remember.
Awesome, Coach. And we want to give a welcome to everybody watching on WTIC as well, the home station. Here's your home team. And for right now, we'll send it back up to the booth, guys.
All right, AJ, thank you very much for that. See our first two teams that we will be meeting here tonight in the parade, the team from New England and the team from Australia.
So the Bridgewater, Massachusetts team, guys, just 25 miles south of Boston. This is their first ever trip to the Little League Baseball World Series, but they are the 13th team from Massachusetts to make the trip. No Little League World titles from any team in Massachusetts. Baseball Hall of Fame catcher Mickey Cochran was born in Bridgewater, and during his time with the Patriots, Drew Bledsoe lived in Bridgewater, Massachusetts.
So they're used to having some world-class athletes in this town. And these 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds are about to be the toast of Bridgewater for the next 2 weeks. At least that's what they hope.
They are having a blast.
While they're just outside of Boston, it is a small town of really population about 29,000.
And there's a float from UPMC, one of our sponsors tonight.
UPMC is innovative in life-changing medicine and community impact. This year, UPMC celebrates 10 years in the North Central PA region.
And that cacophony can only mean that once UPMC clears the street here, Division I is in the rearview mirror. We will be welcoming Division II, but first we're going to welcome back Jake Michaels.
The Community Arts Center in downtown Williamsport for the Grand Slam Parade with the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce. And joining us is the Public Affairs Specialist, Will Acosta from Energy Transfer Partners. And Will, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us about Energy Transfer.
We like to say that Energy Transfer is the biggest company that you've never heard of. So Energy Transfer is in 44 states here in the U.S. We have over 140,000 miles of pipeline and infrastructure, and here in Pennsylvania there's 3,000 miles of pipeline. And the reason why we love being a sponsor is because Williamsport is home to nearly 75 of our employees, and there's nothing more American than American-made energy, baseball, and apple pie. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and we thank you so much for that. And we were trying to figure out exactly how many years you've been at this, and we're figuring somewhere around 10 years. So you've been at it for a while.
Nearly a decade. I'm the rookie in our team, but they've been doing this for quite some time, and we really appreciate you guys having us out.
Well, we appreciate you, and I understand you're a Marine, and I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. I'd be remiss if I didn't also say that I was in the Air Force for some time.
Okay.
But the Marine Corps is my first military love.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Will. Again, that is Public Affairs Specialist Will Acosta from Energy Transfer. We're going to send it back down to the booth.
Thank you, Jake. Division II is stepping off right now. It is sponsored by Wayne Township Landfill and Reclaim Health. And Wayne Township Landfill is the first organization represented here in Division II.
coming up in this division from the Little League teams, we're going to have the Caribbean region and the Metro region from the U.S.
Metro region just from our neighboring state of New Jersey, so we do expect that we'll have some substantial crowds of people from both the New Jersey team and the Pennsylvania team, both represented here at the Little League World Series at the same time this year.
Yeah, Scott, Bayonne, New Jersey with a big comeback, 8-6 win over Connecticut to make it here, win that regional, and come here to play in the Little League World Series. So that team, down and out, but fought back and got that W. And here they are. They're going to be coming up here on one of the floats here in a couple minutes.
Division 2 of the 20th Annual Grand Slam Parade, live from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from. Our telecast not only on WNEP Live here, but on stations around the country and carried on streaming services truly around the globe, this event tonight.
Here is the Williamsport Regional Airport, and their float. Gabe, a couple weeks ago I was pulling video from Railway Park down in Pottsville back in '97, and I believe back then it was like a 4-day tournament. They played back-to-back nights, and it was over. But the Blue Mountain team, there was a father of the team who was on that '97 Railway Park team, and his son was on Blue Mountain, and that is the team that lost to the East Side team from Westchester.
Yeah.
So a lot of history there, but a lot has changed even from the late '90s now until here we are in 2026 with 20 teams.
Yeah,
now.
From the regionals to the World Series, with 20 teams now. And, some people have wondered, are they going to expand it even more? And I don't think so. I mean, from what I hear, 20 is kind of their sweet spot right now, and they expanded the dormitories in the Grove, to accommodate 20, and I'm not sure they even have the space to build more on site. So I think for the near future, 20 is kind of the sweet spot for the Little League Baseball World Series.
All right, stick with us. We'll be back with more of the 20th Grand Slam Parade here live on WNEP from downtown Williamsport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade, brought to you by Williamsport, Lycoming Chamber of Commerce, and Horizon Federal Credit Union. I am Newswatch 16 Sports Director Steve Lloyd, along with our main news anchor, Scott Schaefer, and then the VP Marketing and Public Relations for the Williamsport Crosscutters, the MLB Draft League here in town, Mr. Gabe Sinacropi. What a beautiful night here in downtown Williamsport, and they're expecting more great weather starting tomorrow for the 79th Little League World Series. 4 games, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7. All those games are on ESPN, and it should be a great World Series.
Here comes Weiss Markets. They're a proud and longtime supporter of the Grand Slam Parade and the local community. Weiss is proud to help support and recognize the accomplishments of all of these young Little League World Series athletes.
Grocery store chain based locally, not far from here in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. And Weiss is well known around eastern Pennsylvania. Genetti Hotel, one of the landmarks of downtown Williamsport. The hotel just about a half a block from where we are sitting right now, and represented here since its founding in 1922. The Genetti Hotel has stood as a beacon of hospitality, hosting visitors from around the world with its elegant accommodations and timeless charm. Not just a place to stay, it's a cornerstone of our community, a symbol of our rich history, and a hub for celebration, especially if you're part of the Australian delegation.
The Australian headquarters, year after year after year. It doesn't matter what team, what Little League is part of the World Series from Australia, that is the headquarters, and they have a good time. Hey, if you're traveling 9,800 miles to go somewhere, you're going to have a good time.
You might
right?
as well.
You're not going to waste it.
And here is the Marching Warrior Band from Matoursville Area High School, consisting of students in grades 8 through 12 in the Matoursville Area School District. The band's mission to share the love of music and the thrill of performing with all who they see.
Here's the Caribbean team, Gabe.
Yeah, Los Nacionales Little League, Santiago, Dominican Republic. They're 1,500 miles from Williamsport. Population 1.2 million. They were 7-1 in the regional. They kick things off tomorrow versus the Caribbean at 1 o'clock. The first game of the 2026 Little League Baseball World Series. Dominican's 10th appearance since '78. The nation's best finish came with a runner-up showing in 1983.
Love those colors, Gabe.
Yeah, it's nice. Reminds you of the Caribbean.
Again, this is Division 2 of the Grand Slam Parade, the 20th annual edition of the Grand Slam Parade. And Courtney Harrison is on the parade route for us. Courtney.
And your journey through on your feet?
All right, we are waiting for Courtney. She is going to be joining us with the winners of the Metro region. That is the team we were speaking of earlier from Bayonne, New Jersey.
Yeah, the Bayonne Central Little League, just 3 hours away from Williamsport. Their first ever trip to the World Series. It's the 21st New Jersey team ever. 4 champions have come out of New Jersey. Population 75,000. They play tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, versus New England. Did you know Shaquille O'Neal lived there from age 5 to age 7? And if you're a Honeymooners fan, Jackie Gleason used to mention Bayonne, New Jersey a lot on the Honeymooners.
Well, there you go. 4 champions from New Jersey. I know of Tom's River.
Oh, don't ask me to name them all. Please.
That's the only one I can think of. A big round of applause for the Caribbean team as the float rolls by. And you see what, I don't know if you can really make this out, but there's those little puff baseballs, and people throw them to the players autograph them and throw them back, and it's just a wonderful tradition. The kids getting to autograph baseballs for these fans, and the fans are just clamoring for them to be thrown back. It's wonderful. Let's talk to Courtney on the parade route.
Hi guys, I'm here with the Bayonne Central team and manager Justin Smith. First time in the program's history being here. How does this feel for you guys?
It feels great. The kids are having a great time. The whole crowd's out here supporting them, and they're learning how to do autographs right now. So they're having the time of their lives.
You guys went undefeated through the tournament. You know, what was the really key to success for that?
Teamwork. It's for the front of their jerseys, not the name on the back anymore. They learned how to play as a team and do their job, and that's why we've been as successful as we have been.
A comeback win in that championship game. Talk about the effort and the guts that these kids had to do that.
They were old dogs out there. They never gave up. They got punched, and as we said, we're going to punch back, and they won the battle. They never quit on themselves, and they kept fighting inch by inch, and they ended up winning the game.
You've had outstanding pitchers throughout this tournament. Talk about some of these kids that you rely on.
Listen, the kids are all great. We have a whole group core of kids. Some have been here since they were 8. Some have been here, a couple years. But we have the arms, we have the bats, and we have the fielding, so we're doing very well.
We'll say hi to your fans over here. All the folks from Bayonne over here along the parade route right here behind you guys. I'm sure you can hear them. Fantastic night so far. Good luck to you guys in the tournament. We'll send it back to the booth.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, Courtney. I love the camera angle right there. Martina is on the float, and the camera angle she brings you is the perspective of the kids as they're going down the parade route. And what an amazing view that is for them and for us.
Rock stars. That's what they are for these 2 weeks.
Yeah. Right there. Look at that. Look at that.
A while back I was talking about the Caribbean in the Los Nacionales Little League. I said that they were going to play Caribbean. They play Latin America tomorrow to kick things off in the World Series.
No, you weren't too far off, were you? We're wrapping up Division II here, the 20th annual Grand Slam Parade with the Williamsport Youth Football and Cheer Association. Great turnout from this organization.
Yeah, it's got 120 cheerleaders, 120 football players. Kindergarten through 6th grade, they're part of the Heartland Youth Football League. They compete in flag and tackle games throughout the region with the 2026 season right around the corner. These athletes ready to show what it means to represent the Millionaires.
And like you said, Steve, we're going to be busy with high school football coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, and tonight at 10 o'clock on WNEP2, the debut of the teams 16 through 9 in the Super 16 countdown, and then we'll have the top 8 tomorrow night at 6 p.m. But 11 o'clock, if you missed the 10, you can get the Super 16 coming up tonight at 11. Here is the Horizon Federal Credit Union, excited to once again be the official TV broadcast sponsor of the Little League World Series Grand Slam Parade. Based in Williamsport, Horizon has proudly served the community for nearly 70 years. While other banks may be switching to the away team, Horizon remains the hometown team you can trust. Their high-yield checking, low-rate mortgage and auto loans, and personalized credit card options are among the many products in Horizon's winning lineup.
And they're blowing bubbles. That's a new one. I don't know if I've seen that before.
I'm not sure I have either. But thanks to Horizon FCU for being the broadcast sponsor of this Grand Slam Parade. We certainly very much appreciate it.
Very much. Quarters Flooring America, pardon me.
They've been serving the Williamsport area for over 53 years. We're friends, send friends. Quarters Flooring America.
And their float is very baseball themed, as you can say. It almost looks like a game could break out right there, right now.
I think if I had the wiffle ball and bat, we could go out there, play a little home run derby.
Steve would win. Here's Backyard Broadcasting, our friends from the Twin Valleys Talk Radio Network.
Along with WYOQ, ZXR, WBZD, and Hot 107.9. The Q Rooster right there, very popular in our area.
The Q Rooster, and the radio stations are the final act of Division II of the 20th Grand Slam Parade. Jake Michaels is part of the Backyard Broadcasting group, and he's upstairs for us tonight.
Thank you so much, Scott. Yeah, and I wish I could see my group going by, but we're kind of behind the wall here on top of the Journey Bank Community Arts Center, where I've got another sponsor joining us, a longtime sponsor, and it is a Senior Vice President of Lycoming Engines, Jim Wright from Lycoming Engines. Thank you so much for being here, Jim.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Lycoming Engines.
Yeah, so Lycoming Engines is a global piston aircraft manufacturer based in Williamsport. One of the things that's really unique to us, I guess, along with the Little League World Series, is we're all kind of based in the fabric here of Williamsport. And at the same time, we have a global presence. So it's really neat to see that interaction that we've got with the Little League World Series with 20 teams coming in, especially internationally, and that partnership that we've got with the parade that we sponsor here for the last, I think, 4 years we've been doing that.
Yeah, and Lycoming Engines has a long history in Williamsport in and of itself.
We do. Actually, we just celebrated in 2024 our 95th anniversary, and in 2029 we'll celebrate 100 years here in Lycoming, at least the Lycoming Engines portion of it.
Well, that's fantastic, and we can't thank you enough for being a continued sponsor here for the Grand Slam Parade with the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce. And again, what makes this so special for your group?
Yeah, so for me, this is my first time getting to experience this, right? So I can't really even put it into words, the experience of here to see this. And if I walk down the streets today, just the amount of pride that's in the community, right? As you walk through and you see the passion that to welcome, hey, all these international teams, even teams around the U.S., to show that, hey, this is Williamsport, this is what we call home, and this is what we take pride in our community.
All right, that is Senior Vice President from Lycoming Engines, Jim Wright. Jim, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
You bet. We're going to set it back down to the booth.
Thank you, Jake. This is Division III, sponsored by Penn College, and the Pennsylvania College of Technology is our first float. You saw those students, and it looked like a lot of members of the lacrosse team walking by us here as part of the float that is kicking off Division III here tonight.
The Penn College float represents the college's School of Nursing and Health Sciences. The campus offers a diverse lineup of hands-on majors, including allied health, biomedical and pre-hospital, dental hygiene, healthcare leadership and administration, physical therapist assistant, physician assistant, radiology, surgical technology, and nursing.
And the college kids are having a great time, as you can well imagine. Great night for them, too.
Classes just kicking off in the last couple of days at Penn College.
And we heard from the president, I mean, so many of the students in their culinary program are providing the meals for all the players, coaches, and staffers at the Little League World Series. That was a great story earlier this week on WNEP. We have time for a quick break right now. This is Division III, and we'll be right back here live in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Well, welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade, and here's the Jersey Shore High School Bulldog Marching Band.
Serving the district and the community for more than 100 years, providing quality music in motion, the band looks to continue its tradition of excellence after being named Cavalcade of Bands A-Class Champions in 2025 for its field show, Dante. Look for the band at local football games and Cavalcade of Bands competitions throughout the fall. The Bulldog Marching Band from Jersey Shore High School. And again, this is Division III of the 20th Annual Grand Slam Parade.
So much more still to come.
There are 20 teams, and we still have not met even half of them.
Here we have the T. Ross Brothers Construction. They've been building Central and Northeast PA since 1958. They specialize in commercial construction, project management, metal buildings, and so much more.
And from Curacao, Gabe.
Yeah, Curacao region. They were an automatic qualifier. There's always 2 automatic qualifiers now that rotate. Now that there's 20 teams, they're from the Pariba Little League in Williamstead, Curacao. 2,100 miles from Williamsport. They earned their 5th berth to the World Series. It's the country's 16th appearance for the tournament. When a Curacao team makes the Little League World Series, it usually performs pretty well, guys, as the country has 4 runner-up finishes, 1 World Series title. That came in 2004 with the Pabao Little League. Population 150,000, and they kick it off Thursday against Japan at 4.
Behind Curacao, the Mountain Region champions from Henderson, Nevada, and we go to A.J. Myers.
Thanks so much, Scott. I'm joined with manager Corey Edwards of Paseo Verde. Corey, how much fun are you having so far?
This is an absolute blast. I mean, there's no experience like it. I mean, the kids are having so much fun. I mean, look at it out here. This is awesome.
And your club is on a 10-game winning streak. You guys dominated regionals. What's the secret to your success so far?
I think we're just trying to stay loose, enjoy the moment, play the game one game at a time. I mean, baseball is baseball no matter where you go, right?
And you guys we've had some good weather here today, but it was hot for you out in Nevada. How was it dealing with that heat?
I mean, we're used to the heat. We're just not used to the humidity here, but even just in San Bernardino, it was 100 degrees, but we've been practicing all summer, and 115 is what we're used to.
And then all 3 of your sons play baseball. You got one of them on your team here. How special is that for you?
Really special. I mean, I was growing up watching Little League World Series with my dad. Getting to experience that with my son now is unbelievable. And my dad's coming in tomorrow, so I get to share that with him too.
And just how special is it for these kids to share this moment, kind of being celebrities right now?
I mean, this is something that will impact them for the rest of their lives, probably inspire them to keep playing baseball through all the tough years that are about to come through. So it's really important for them to have this experience because sky's the limit.
All right, thank you so much, Coach, and best of luck this week. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, AJ. Tell us about the Mountain Region champs, Gabe.
They're from Henderson, Nevada, Paseo Verde Little League, as you heard. 4th straight great team from Southern Nevada to represent the region at the World Series. This is the second trip for Paseo Verde in the last 3 years. They were here in 2024. They went 2-2. Population in Henderson, 370,000. They were undefeated in the regional, 4-0. They kick off Thursday, 2 o'clock against Great Lakes. Henderson, gentlemen, is the home of Mike Tyson and Raiders star Max Crosby.
When I was in college, I saw 4 Mike Tyson heavyweight championship fights.
How about that?
Down in Espy.
How about that?
Yep.
And you caught a baseball.
I got one, Gabe. I got one.
Awesome.
This is Division III. We're wrapping it up. We saw the group from Beata Home Healthcare.
But just a fantastic night of weather. Couldn't ask for anything better. Tomorrow looks great for the games. And people are just pouring into Williamsport here for the next couple weeks.
And as we said, with the teams from Pennsylvania and New Jersey both here, we are expecting some pretty good crowds as far as attendance goes over in South Williamsport at the Little League Complex. Another look from the float of the Mountain Region champions from Henderson, Nevada. That's what it looks like for them. Get a little baseball, you sign it, you throw it back.
Here we have the LKW Dance Center. They've been delivering quality dance instruction to the area 40 years. Welcome students of all ages to experience expert learning in ballet, jazz, contemporary, hip-hop, tap, acro, and musical theater. Summer camps kick off in June. World of fun for all. A LKW competitive dance team travels to competitions across the region to perform and compete in large groups, small groups, and solo entries.
They're quite popular along the parade route here. Big group from LKW.
Now, if we could just get Courtney or AJ or both of them in there, that would be outstanding.
You guys want to play in the band. You want them to dance with the LKW.
There's nobody left to do the broadcast.
It'll just be me by myself, the only one with no talent. Let's go to Jake upstairs.
Thank you very much, Scott. Once again, we're upstairs at the Journey Bank Community Arts Center for the Grand Slam Parade, and joining me, another one of our many sponsors, and they've been a sponsor for a number of years, a long-standing tradition, Todd Ross from T. Ross Brothers Construction. And good evening to you, Todd.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, tell us about your involvement here with the Grand Slam Parade.
We've gotten involved with the Grand Slam Parade for the last maybe 5-6 years now, and that's one of those things where Little League International is one of the greatest sponsors, greatest organizations, and they kind of align with what we do. It's all about teamwork, sportsmanship, and community, and that's what T-Ross is all about. We like to help sponsor all of the areas that our fellows actually work and live in, and this is one big one.
Yeah, it certainly is a big one. Well, tell us a little bit about T-Ross.
We're a general construction company. We have 100 employees. We do custom residential as well as commercial, mostly commercial, industrial, a lot of steel buildings and warehousing, and try to stay within a 2-hour radius of here and do all of our work.
All right, well, we can't thank you enough for being, once again, a sponsor here for the Grand Slam Parade, so thank you very much, Todd.
All right, thank you, and have a great evening.
Hey, you do the same. All right, we're going to send it back down to the booth.
Jake, we appreciate it. Thanks very much. Here's Wegmans. Wegmans is going to wrap up Division III for us. Wegmans of Williamsport has been serving this community for the past 30 years, and there's Wegmans grocery stores throughout eastern Pennsylvania, the company based in New York.
And here we have St. John Newman Regional Academy, varsity baseball and family, private pre-K through 12th grade academy, providing a faith-based education with an emphasis on academic excellence that serves the Williamsport community. Some outstanding athletes have come out of Newman over the years, Gabe.
Heard no doubt about that.
Alize Johnson.
That's just one.
Yeah.
Always great, great basketball teams. So much fun to watch them play, and they've been great for a number of years.
The float represents the many sports activities and clubs that the student body at Newman participate in. Serve Pros, our next group marching here. Baseball theme there as well. That gentleman drew the short straw. He probably finished last in fantasy.
You don't think he said, "I'll be the inflatable baseball"?
No, I think something has spurred him to take on that role.
Hopefully my friends are not watching and going to purchase that for me down the road here.
You'd look good in that.
Yeah,
Steve
I
Lloyd.
would look great, kid.
Should do a sportscast in that
Yes.
sometime. Serve Pros, locally owned and operated here in the Williamsport area since 2002. A leader in residential and commercial restoration of fire, water, storm, and mold damage, but also offer many other services like deep cleaning, including carpet and duct cleaning. We're celebrating 24 years as a local small business and big supporters of our Little Leagues in the Williamsport area. That's a baseball giving out baseballs.
Just when you thought you've seen it all.
There you see, there's our man. You see they had a sign on there, trading pins available. All the businesses in Williamsport and the surrounding area do their own pins as well. People come around and collect them. There was even a program with the chamber this year that all the businesses who were doing pins kind of let the chamber know, and they put out this special pin trail information so people would know where to go to get the 2026 pins.
And a special thank you for some of our sponsors from the Parade Committee. The Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce and the Lycoming County Visitors Bureau wants to thank all of these sponsors, quite a few of them. We are grateful as well for all of their sponsorships that help us bring this to you tonight.
To put on an event of this size and this magnitude, you need sponsors such as all of the people that you see on your screen. It takes a lot to do it. Money, time, people, and it's just so heartwarming how many businesses just kind of want to be part of it.
Yeah.
So we can't do it without them. Not only the parade, but the ancillary events that happen around the parade over these 2 weeks. Thank you to all of you.
And paying Steve Lloyd's appearance fee. That is not cheap.
That's a special fund.
Here's the original Little League. In 1939, Carl Stotts founded Little League Baseball in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Original League incorporated as the birthplace of Little League Baseball and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. To date, there are 4 active divisions: T-ball, minors, challenger, and majors, including the oldest Little League sponsor in the world, Lundy Construction.
They were there at the beginning. It's amazing.
It really is.
Really cool facility at Original League, right kind of across the street from Journey Bank Ballpark, my home, and it's great. They are, if people don't know, other people watching outside the area, they are kind of a league unto themselves. They are not not a chartered Little League program. They have their own charter. It's just them and the teams that are in that league, and they are recognized by Little League International though as well. It's a very friendly relationship, but they are the original league.
Had to start somewhere.
So Melissa Augustine Dance Academy with us now.
This academy is one of the most celebrated and dynamic dance centers in all of Lycoming County. Powerhouse Academy offers dance, tumbling, fitness classes for every age, every level, every dreamer who walks through their doors. Their studios are filled with joy, inspiration, and the belief they live out every single day. Dances for everyone, Gabe and Scott.
Now look what's coming up. My friend Boomer.
There he is.
From the Williamsport Crosscutters on the Journey Bank float. Journey Bank proudly presents Stars, Stripes, and Stadium Lights, celebrating Journey Bank style, honoring America's 250th birthday and the 100th anniversary of Journey Bank Ballpark at historic Bowman Field, the 9th oldest baseball stadium operating in the United States. Leading the way for Journey Bank finalists from their 16th annual Journey Bank Teen Star Musical Competition, including this year's winner, Jaslyn Shand from Williamsport High School.
And it has been quite the summer at historic Bowman Field.
It has. Boy, you read that just like I put it in front of you. The Cutters won the first half of the MLB Draft League. They will be in the championship game September 2nd. My main man, our director of smiles, Rashawn Westbay, right there. One of the most popular people in Williamsport. You guys know MLB.com was here about a month ago. Chronicled Rashawn at a game, did an incredible story and video piece on him that ran on MLB.com. Check it out. Just get on the Google machine and search for it. And it's a heartwarming tale, let me tell you.
There's no better director of smiles in all of professional baseball.
You got it, baby.
I will go on record as saying that.
Also on the float, Boris the Bankosaurus from Journey Bank. Asia Pacific is coming up. They're from the West Seoul Little League, Seoul, South Korea, 6,800 miles from Williamsport. They started their charter in 2019, and this program is making their second trip to the World Series. Their first appearance came in 2017. Marks the 8th time a team from South Korea will make the trip here. Population in Seoul, 9.5 million. They were 6-0 in their regional competition. They will get things underway tomorrow, 5 o'clock, against Canada. Guys, did you know that tipping is not part of Korean culture and can confuse service staff? So when you go to Korea, no tipping.
Well, now let's talk about the Midwest region champions from Davenport, Iowa. Courtney Harrison is with them.
I am here with manager Mark Irwin. Mark, this is the first time since 2005 a team representing the Quad Cities. What does this mean to you guys to be here?
It's pretty cool with all the extra stuff going on outside of baseball. Great for the kids, cool experience for all of us coaches too. But the kids, just watching them enjoy all of it, and being 25 years, that's just really cool for our group and our town.
This championship game, what a thriller it was. Anthony Johnson scoring that game-winning run to send you guys here. Talk about that feeling and the emotions.
Well, we got down 2, winning the extra innings. We told ourselves, hey, we can get 2 and tie this, but let's go get 3 and try to win it. And the outcome came our way, so we'll take it.
You guys were undefeated through the regionals. Lots of other teams are as well. How do you kind of win this first game and get it all the way to the end? No team from Iowa has ever won the Little League World Series.
It'd be cool to get into that moment, that spotlight. We're going to take it one game at a time. We have California from the West to start with, and they're going to be a tough team, good challenge, and we're going to give it our best, see what happens.
Well, best of luck to you and enjoy the rest of this. We'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Courtney. Davenport, Iowa, Gabe.
Yeah, the Davenport Northwest Little League in Davenport on the banks of the Mississippi. Population 100,000. They will get started on Thursday against the West, as their manager said. 6 o'clock game time. Did you know Davenport is one of the few places where the Mississippi River flows from east to west instead of north to south? It's also the birthplace of actress Laura Flynn Boyle.
Here we have Giant. They've been serving kindness, obsessing on freshness, delivering savings and rewards. Since 1923, our team members take pride in delivering world-class customer service. Stop by a local Giant near you for some great savings. Here's Hillside Senior Living, established 1999. Hillside provides a secure memory care unit as well as personal care. Your loved ones will have access to the very best senior living and care options. Their commitment remains care, compassion, dignity, and safety. And my dad, Dave Lloyd, is on that float up front. You see Dave there in the back. Hi,
Where's
Dad.
he at? He's got to get somebody up there to interview that man.
Right there on the left of the screen, all the way, one more over to the left, up by the corn stalks, is my dad, Dave Lloyd. There he is. Going to be 91 next month.
Wow. Oh, he looks fantastic.
And he was friends with him and my mom my dad and my mom were friends with Carl Stotts and his wife back in the day. So.
Scott, if we had him up here to interview him, what would we say? Would we say he did a good job or a bad job or mediocre job?
We would say, please take him back with you.
Many stories of Carl and
I'm sure.
Little League Baseball starting back in the day in the area.
Here's the Repaz Band.
Very recognizable here in central Pennsylvania with their rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. One of the oldest and most recognized community bands in the United States, as a matter of fact.
Hard to believe, but they're approaching their 200th year.
That's going to wrap up Division 4. And Division 5, Student Transportation of America, is the sponsor and our first organization to come through here.
Coming up in Division 5, we're going to meet Latin America and Great Lakes.
School is opening in just a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on where you go, but it's coming up soon. So if you want to join the elite team of drivers for Williamsport, that is your invitation right there. Division 5. We are in front of the Journey Bank Community Arts Center here in downtown Williamsport. This was a very historic facility in and of itself, dating back to the 1920s, about to celebrate its 100th anniversary, I would think, in a couple of years. Started out as the old Capitol Theater.
Scott, here we have the 18th Masonic District, the Grand Lodge of PA, Free and Accepted Masons, one of the oldest fraternal organizations in the world. Men from all backgrounds come together as equals, guided by the values of brotherly love, charity, and truth. Are all proud supporters of charitable and community programs across PA. Learn more at pagrandlodge.org.
Roseview Center is a rehab and care center, and the center advertises that the bases are always loaded with top-tier care. Get back on your feet quickly and hit a grand slam by choosing Roseview for all your short-term, long-term, and respite care needs. The group from Central Mountain is coming up next as well.
Yeah, these are the indoor majorettes and color guard, made up of 5th through 12th grade students in the Keystone School District. Both teams have several regional and Atlantic Coast championships titles from this past year's. Teams are under the direction of Stephanie Ford, Shelley Darby, Sunshine Kustenborder, and Stephanie Wilson. And then we have the Central Mountain Wildcat Marching Band under the leadership of Ashley Crust, Heather High, and Justin Missoula. Wildcats are expected to kick off the fall 2026 season with the return to the Grand Slam Parade. The band consists of students grades 7 through 12. Some of the Wildcat band's past awards include first place at the 2025 Flaming Foliage Festival Parade in Grenoble, Pennsylvania. Ratings of Superior Excellent for the last 5 years at the Music in the Parks Festival in Hershey, and the Music in the Parks Esprit Decor Award, which the band proudly earned twice. It looks like they're headed to Normandy, France here next June.
Yeah, it's an International D-Day Memorial Parade and Ceremony. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Marching Wildcats.
And one of the best kickers in NFL history graduated from Central Mountain High School. Robbie Gould.
Future Hall of Famer, I would say.
He was an excellent high school basketball player, too. That was right when the schools merged. Got to see him play some basketball. Never got to see him kick in high school, but he was at Penn State, struggled a little bit. But boy, when he got to the NFL, he was automatic.
He sure was. The Bears, 49ers.
Central Mountain area always has great Little League teams and representation out there.
And here's the team, the champions of the Latin America region.
With the longest name of any Little League team this year, the Ministerio sobre las Alas del Aguila Little League.
I'm glad you took care of that.
From Leon, Nicaragua, 3,600 miles away. Population 220,000. They were 7-0 in the regional. They'll kick off the series tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the Caribbean. This does mark Nicaragua's fourth trip to the series. They qualified back in 1968, 1970, and 2022.
Pretty impressive to go 7-0.
Sure is. It's a lot of games. And some of these international teams, their regionals or their tournament was weeks ago. So a lot of them haven't necessarily played that type of competition in over a month or longer.
The Great Lakes Region champions come from the state of Ohio. AJ Myers is with them.
All right, guys, I'm now joined by the Westside Little League team, and they're super excited to be here. Just how's your experience been so far?
Oh, it's crazy. The Little League World Series is the greatest place for kids to go. This parade's nuts. Balls are flying everywhere. It's a good experience for my kids.
And your ball club has a lot of experience being here. Not these kids particularly, but you've made a few appearances here in the past. Just how special is it each year?
It's nuts. I'm older. I've been here since 1991, 1993, 2007, 2010. My coach won the Tom Seaver, wherever he is, in 2021, and here we are again, 2026.
And just how cool is the tradition here? It feels like things really don't change. There really is a tradition. Just how special is that?
No, it's actually getting more crazier. I mean, this is nuts how many people are out here and throwing balls and all that. It's awesome.
And for these players, how cool is this experience for them to kind of be celebrities for a week?
Oh, look at them. They're signing autographs. I've never seen the ball fade before, but there's balls flying everywhere.
And just how do you want your group to be remembered once they start playing baseball?
Well, this is all fun, but we got to start getting serious. Baseball is about to start up. We play Thursday at 2, and we'll be hopefully ready for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You heard it here. Thursday at 2 is our first game against Paseo Verde. Send it back over to you guys.
Thanks, AJ. Tell us about the Great Lakes Region champs, Gabe.
Westside Little League, Hamilton, Ohio. This is the Westside 6th appearance. 1991, 93, 2007, 2010, and 2021. They have an 8-9 record in their 5 previous appearances. They are 500 miles from Williamsport, population 64,000. Here's our fun fact. Baseball legend Joe Nuxall is from Hamilton, Ohio. He was the youngest player to ever play in the major leagues. 15 years old when he pitched in his first game and brought him in to mop up. I think they were winning. The Reds were winning 13-0. He didn't do so well. They took him out of school to come and pitch, and he went back to school after that. Then he came back. He went in the minor leagues. He was in the minor leagues for 8 years before he eventually made it back up to the Reds again. Had a wonderful major league career, but started when he was just 15 years old. Then he became a famous broadcaster for the Reds as well, Joe Nuxall.
Longtime broadcaster. Let's check in with Jake.
Hey, thank you very much, Scott. Once again, we're on top of the Journey Bank Community Arts Center, and I've got a special guest joining me. He really needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him an introduction nonetheless. You know him by his Major League career with the Dodgers starting in 1969. He won the National League Most Valuable Player Award in 74, National League Championship Series MVP in 69. He was also a member of the 1981 World Series Dodgers. I'm talking about none other than first baseman Steve Garvey. Steve, hello.
Great job. Keep going. I'll have you introduce me all around the country.
Yeah, thank you so much. I got to
great to be back.
Well, it's great to have you here, and I got to tell you, Steve. First and foremost, I'm going to be a fanboy because we were talking Little League before we went on the air, and when I played Little League, it was players like you that we all looked up to. You know, all these Little Leaguers have their favorite ball players. Sure. We looked up to players like you and Mike Schmidt and Willie Stargell and all those players.
Yeah, Rose, what a great era from 70 to 90. And all you kids grow up. Aren't we proud of him now? Big star he is here. Yeah, but that's what it's all about. And you and I were talking that my dad and two other gentlemen had started the second Little League in Tampa, Florida, which has been a real hotbed over the years. And so I was barely 8. It was 8 to 10 back there, no 9 and unders. And I grew up with Little League, with the motto of loyalty and character, of sportsmanship. And wherever I go, I look back to those days as being the foundation for me, you know. And I do a lot of speaking, and I say we bring nothing onto this earth when we're born, nothing when we leave. But if we can make a difference, and that difference starts by a learned process, you know, our parents teaching us, and then baseball. Nothing does a better job than baseball teaching about all those character issues. And the kids today responded. I was talking at the picnic, and they were nodding their heads. I always know I'm getting through when I see the head nodding right there. But I'm excited. I've been here at 5 times now, done ESPN 3 of those times, and today was a big honor.
And I want to ask you, going back to this morning and speaking with the players, what advice do you give to Little Leaguers, not only the ones that are here for the Little League World Series, but Little Leaguers that are watching us tonight?
Well, that dreams can come true. I was a great example of a Little Leaguer who in 1956 got a chance to bat boy for the Brooklyn Dodgers in spring training in Florida, and did that for about 7 years. And I grew up with my idols, the Campanellas, the Robinsons, the Ferrellos, and I'd sit on the bench in between getting the bat and listen to them. And it was a simpler time. They made 15, 20, 25,000, but they talked about the game all the time. And I talk to the kids and tell them, listen, learn, and participate. That's what the Garveys do with all of our 7 children when they got out of the car to go to school. Listen, learn, and participate. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Try everything your coaches say, and do one thing every night. Thank God, number 1. And number 2, hug your dad, kiss your mom, and thank him for the opportunity. I saw some smiles, and a lot of moms had head waving because they're not getting the kisses they used to. You know, the phone keeps the kisses away, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's great advice. And I got one last question for you, if I could, Steve, real quick. Is there one special moment from your career that you've taken away for yourself?
Well, it's a team sport. Yeah. And I remember being on the field and looking up at Yankee Stadium in 1981, Game 6, and it said 11:59, and Reggie Jackson was on first base, and of course he had the 3 home runs in 77 and great series. And he looked at me and says, Garver, it's your turn now. And the next pitch went to Kenny Landreau, and when he caught it, all of a sudden, all the years 8, 9, 10, 11, you're playing Little League, you're playing wiffle ball, you're dreaming about maybe being a major league player and winning a world championship, and it comes true. And what happens, you run to the mound, everybody's there. There's a great picture in Sports Illustrated. I got my high vertical leap of 6 inches, and we come down. Steve Yeager has Steve Howe, and he spins him. Steve Howe clocks me with his elbow. I was almost out cold on the mound at the highlight of my career, but my Irish jaw rang through, and that was the moment, because it is a team sport. You play for the love of the game and for the team.
All right, that is our Grand Marshal for tonight's parade, Steve Garvey. Thank you so much, Steve.
Pleasure to be with you and be back.
All righty, we're going to send it back down to the booth.
Thank you very much, Jake and Steve Garvey. Division 6 has commenced while we were upstairs.
How about that Steve was a bat boy for the Brooklyn Dodgers in spring training. He grew up in Tampa, Florida, for 6 or 7 years, and then became a Dodger. I mean, it's
remarkable, yeah.
It really is. And he told a story last night about when he got called up to the Dodgers. You know, rookies usually get a high number, and in his locker there was number 8, and the clubhouse attendants said, "We remember you, Steve. We're giving you a low number. We like you."
We had the Army Reserve 327th Quartermaster Battalion stationed at Williamsport come through. Big brothers, big sisters of NEPA. We're into Division 6, sponsored by Range Resources. The Marshallettes Phillips Fancy Footwork team came through, U.S. Air and Space Force. And we are waiting on Cable Services Company, celebrating 60 years, to come down through here, the 20th Grand Slam Parade from downtown Williamsport.
And again, this is Division 6 already.
Division 6, we're going to meet the Europe-Africa region team and the U.S. West.
This is traditional home care, bringing baseball and community together, providing health care to Central and NEPA in home. And up next, the South Williamsport Mountie Marching Band, the home of the Little League World Series over there on the hill, Gabe.
That is correct.
Proud to perform in the parade, conducted by drum majors Brendan Carpenter and Ella Thurston and Lucy Brigandi, field captain. The Mountie Marching Band is an ensemble comprised of students 7 through 12, actively participates in school and community activities, including the Mummers Day Parade and PMEA sponsored events.
Europe, Africa, from the South Czech Republic Little League, Brno, Czechia, 4,300 miles from Williamsport. Brno is located in the southeastern part of the Czech Republic. Now, the South Czech Republic Little League has dominated the Europe-Africa region lately. They're making their 4th straight trip to the World Series. The regional record was 6-0. They have a bye. They'll play Friday at 5 p.m., so they're not on the field until Friday. Now, this very league also made 2 other appearances in the World Series. They just had a different name. They were the South Moravia Little League in 2013 and 2014. In all 6 of those appearances, they have just 1 total victory.
Wow.
Well, they'll look to turn that around starting on Friday. They look like they're ready for the challenge.
Heck yeah, we had them. We hosted them at Journey Bank Ballpark last week, or over the weekend, I should say.
Gabe, you got a big game coming up on Sunday, the 23rd.
We do? Wait, help me.
The
MLB Little League Classic. I was thinking cross-cutters. You know, I'm always thinking cross-cutters, Steve.
Yes.
Milwaukee and the Braves. The Milwaukee Brewers, the Atlanta Braves, two of the best teams in Major League Baseball right now. I don't think it's going to work out that Mizorowski pitches on Sunday, but that would be awesome if it did. It's going to be exciting. I mean, 2,500 fans in the stadium, officially the smallest venue ever to host a Major League Baseball regular season game. So it's a pretty special event, and it's really cool to be part of it.
Yeah,
most definitely.
These kids get to see some of the big leaguers up close.
Up close. They
close.
can literally hear you when you're cheering for them. That's how close you are.
I was telling the story yesterday to Steve Garvey, you know, what happens both at the complex and then at the game. I remember Anthony Rizzo, when the Cubs were here, in the on-deck circle, middle of a game, taking a selfie with the kids behind him.
The West Region champions from Bonita, California. There's Courtney.
Hi, Sky. Yes, I'm here with manager Steve Winnick. Congratulations on making it here to Williamsport. How excited are you for these kids to have this experience?
I'm super excited. These kids put in a lot of hard work over the summer, a lot of sweat, blood, and tears to get here, and this is surreal being here right now.
You guys got to face Hawaii in the rematch in the championship. Isak coming up big for you guys with a Grand Slam. A more perfect way to do it here at the Grand Slam Parade. Talk about the effort he's had, both with his bat and pitching.
Yeah, he's come through clutch with us on the mound, with the bat, and mentally too as well. He's been in there. He's been one of our leaders for sure.
You've outscored opponents 33-7. I said he's obviously not the only one swinging the bat. What has been working so well for this team through the regional?
I think just sticking to our game plan, sticking to the things that got us there, which not making the moment too big, and trusting each other.
The last time Sweetwater Valley was in the Little League World Series was 2015. Made it all the way to third place. Is there a goal for this team to get back to the end of this all and win it?
Yeah, that's been the goal. We talked the beginning of June, and we said we want to make it at Williamsport. We want to win Williamsport, so that's the goal.
Well, best of luck to you in the first game, and we'll be right back with more from the Grand Slam Parade here in Williamsport after the break.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
And welcome back to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We are wrapping up Division 6. And Gabe, tell us a little bit about those California champs.
Yeah, the West Region Sweetwater Valley Little League. That's my favorite Little League name this year. Bonita, California is their home, 11 miles south of San Diego, 2,600 miles from Williamsport, population 13,000. As Courtney said, they were undefeated in the regional, 3-0. Their first World Series game this year will be Thursday, 6 o'clock against the Midwest. Bonita, of course, is Spanish for beautiful.
And that those uniforms of the West champions, the kind of powder blue with the yellow, so distinctive. The gang from Geisinger is giving us a little AC/DC.
Let's see if somebody wants my autograph.
Oh, I can't imagine they won't.
They are going to scram when that comes out. Tiernanugue Irish Dance Company. Tiernanugue has been offering classes in Altoona, Belfont, Boalsburg, and Lewisburg for over 20 years. They welcome students age 5 to adult to learn this popular global art form. They've also performed during pregame activities for the State College Spikes, Altoona Curve, and, you guessed it, the Williamsport Crosscutters.
I used to sign baseballs for my kids' Little League team and put them in the bucket. And when they picked the ball out, it had Steve Lloyd on it. They would all get excited. Steve Lloyd signed autographed baseball. Right there.
More than 50 employees and their families from Geisinger are part of the parade. Geisinger is also the final organization that is represented in Division 6 for us tonight.
As we come into Division 7 coming up, we will meet the Japan float and team along with the U.S. Southwest.
Division 7, sponsored by Seneca Resources. More dancers to start us.
This is the D&K's Studio of Dance, celebrating 34 years of family, friendship, and dance. This coming season at D&K, they offer styles of dance from jazz and contemporary to ballet, tap, acro, hip-hop, and more. They begin dancing at the age of 3 and also have an adult program for any adult that would like to learn some of those dance steps. Two locations, Hughesville and Lewisburg. If you're interested, give them a call.
How could you not be interested?
Steve, what's your favorite part of Little League, the World Series?
I think for me growing up, I went over there and I sat on the hill with my grandmother at a very young age. My brother was born up on Childs Drive there in South Williamsport. Walking down from the top of the mountain and seeing Lomity is such a thrill. And to see the growth, and they fix up the field, they move the fence back, the lighting. I mean, it's grown so much, in the 79 years since its inception, and the national coverage that it gets all over television is pretty incredible for these kids.
Jake Michaels is upstairs for us. Jake.
Thank you so much, Scott. Once again, upstairs with another one of our sponsors helping to make this Grand Slam parade possible, and that is Regional President of M&T Bank, Carmen Magistro. And good evening to you, Carmen.
Jake, thanks for having us. What a beautiful day in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. A beautiful parade.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So tell us what makes this parade so special with M&T Bank.
So M&T Bank could trace its lineage decades back. We've supported the Little League, we've supported the Chamber of Commerce, and this is one of the keystone events for the region. So we've had multiple sets of volunteers or employees out in the community. It's just wonderful when you have the opportunity to interface with young children that, if you think about their teaming for the first time, collaborating for the first time, and to see all of the folks come out, walk the parade ground, it's just a wonderful experience to take part of.
And this is not your first year with sponsorship. You've been involved for a number of years.
Yeah, I can't go back as far, but I will tell you that for this parade with the Chamber of Commerce, Jason Fink under his leadership, we continue to sponsor year after year. We feel that it's a great community event to bring people together, and I think one of the tenets, core pieces of our businesses, we always view it as if our communities thrive, then our businesses thrive. So I know we're here joined with other sponsors that we're super appreciative that they've come to the Chamber, come to the Little League to make this event possible, and we think it's been fantastic so far.
All right, that is Regional President Carmen Magistro from M&T Bank. Thank you so much, Carmen.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to send it right back down to the booth.
Thank you, Jake. This is Division 7. The Loyal Order of Moose, Pennsylvania Moose Association, District Number 7, making its way past us. And this is Buffalo Wild Wings behind the Moose.
He's having a little trouble there.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been in this costume for about 2 hours.
I'm not sure I would be able to differentiate a moose from a buffalo anyway.
Well, you just proved that.
I just grew up in a row home in Reading, and neither was prevalent in my neighborhood.
He lost his paws somewhere, too.
Yeah. Muncie Area High School, the marching band. Indians marching band.
All right, we're good.
Guys, the next team float coming up will be the Japan region. They're from the Johto Little League from Tokyo, Japan. The Johto Little League making their second straight trip to the World Series. You may remember them last year. Now, they've only been chartered in Little League since 2022. This is the 35th trip to Williamsport for a Japanese team, third most behind Canada and Mexico. Tokyo population out 14 million. They were 4-0 in their region. Their first Little League World Series game this year will be Thursday at 4 o'clock against Carousel. Japan has reached the championship game 16 times. They've captured 11 titles overall, the most recent coming in 2017, thanks to Tokyo's Kitasuna Little League.
There's the fans from Japan, congregated down the street from us. There's the team, the players.
They were also visitors to Journey Bank Ballpark in a cross-cutters game this weekend. We had a lot of fun with the team from Japan. I believe, I don't think I have this confused, but there was only one player on the team that is returning from last year. So it's pretty much all new kids on the team.
Well, that's great that they all get to experience it. That's nice. Because it is an experience. 14 million people in Tokyo. My goodness, that number is staggering. Let's talk about the Southwest Region champs from Texas. AJ.
We're now joined with the Southwest Region from Boerne, Texas. How's your guys' experience been so far?
It's been fantastic. It's really been a lot of fun.
And just how special is this for the kids to get this opportunity to throw some baseballs to fans and get some signatures?
They're having a ball. I think the support and the welcome the crowd's giving them is excellent. The kids are having a great time.
And then for your ball club, this isn't the first appearance at the Little League World Series. What's the secret to the success in getting here every time?
Lots of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of perseverance from these boys. They've worked hard and had a long summer, and they've earned it. They've earned their right to be here, so it's great.
And just how excited are you for that first game? How excited is this group?
very excited. You know, the facility and the introduction to the grounds has been wonderful, but we're ready to play some baseball.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Back over to you guys. Only got a few more teams left.
Yeah, thanks, AJ, and thanks to all of our friends at KENS TV in Texas watching the parade tonight. What can you tell us about the champs, Gabe?
Well, guys, the Bernie Little League is from Bernie, Texas. Population 18,000, making their second appearance in the World Series. They're here in 2024. 3-1 in the regional. They have a bye. They will play Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. at Lamade Stadium.
Good luck to them. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back with Division 8 of the 2026 Grand Slam Parade in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade here from downtown Williamsport. We are into late Division 7 here, Shoe Carnival. The Shoe Carnival's been around in the Williamsport area for the last 15 years. They've come alongside the Chinese Taipei team for the last 3 years, giving support to the families on the team and the families in the Williamsport area. So glad you could join us here all across the country and around the world. Live event here on WNEP TV 16, ABC affiliate in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area. We are so proud to be here to provide you the live coverage here tonight. We have 3 more divisions coming up, and then tomorrow, the start of the 79th Little League World Series. I am News Watch 16 Sports Director Steve Lloyd, along with Gabe Sinacropi and Scott Schaefer. We have a few more teams left here. We have the Mid-Atlantic team coming with Canada here pretty soon, and we're going to look at some PDC spas here representing American-made excellence. Proudly joins the Little League World Series for over 6 decades. PDC Spas has led the wellness industry with innovation, high-quality therapeutic products built with precision and care. The products promote relaxation, recovery, and overall well-being for all families everywhere.
And that is one heck of a tub.
Hot tub, yeah. I was going to say that could fit the whole crew in there.
Put the Southwest champs in there, I think.
We're giving away a PDC Spas hot tub at Journey Bank Ballpark this year. We'll give it away on August 31st to some lucky fan. And there are the Pop-Tarts in Kellanova. Yes, formerly Kellogg's, but now the new snack powerhouse Kellanova, the bakery which produces Pop-Tarts and Nutri-Grain bars, locally celebrating their 38th year of production in Muncie. A lot of people don't know 600,000 Pop-Tarts every day come out of that Muncie plant.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart, Gabe?
The berry flavor, frosted berry.
Steve Lloyd.
Strawberry would be something that I would enjoy having.
I'm the only guy who likes my Pop-Tarts with no frosting.
Oh, boy.
I like them plain. A strawberry with no frosting is perfect. Call me boring, I don't care.
We just had the Muncie Indian Band come through, and now Kellanova. So
yeah,
a lot happening down in the Muncie area.
Here's Division 8, sponsored by Palco Federal Credit Union.
Talk about the Muncie area, also right around there. Coming up, Bass Pro is coming in to the Muncie area.
That's going to be exciting.
It will be.
Liberty Church, founded in 2003 with a mission of helping people embrace God's grace and goodness. The church currently has 2 locations, one in Liberty and one in Williamsport. Liberty, helping Billtown welcome the world. An elaborate float for this group.
They always get a big crew out from Liberty Church.
Nice people waving at us. Great to see you. This is Division 8.
Scott, how about you? I asked Steve, what's your favorite part of the Little League Baseball World Series?
You know, I think the fact that you can go to the games and it's absolutely free. You just walk in there and go to a game, and even the concessions are not expensive. It is just really a throwback to a simpler time. The kids are riding cardboard down the hill, and it's just an innocence to it that you just don't get really anywhere else, I don't think, anymore in this day and age.
A lot of people don't realize, talk about, free admission. You also don't need tickets until championship weekend. So you could just walk in the stadium and get a seat, except for behind the plate in Section 1. The rest of the stadium is open.
And, if you can walk over to Volunteer Stadium and get a seat there.
Exactly. It's a full day of entertainment any day that you go.
Yeah.
Liberty Arena came through. We welcome Liberty Arena to the Grand Slam Parade. They're your ultimate destination for fun, from sports and games for all ages to great food and drinks. There's something for the whole family. Their float today celebrated the excitement of youth athletics and the spirit of the Little League Baseball World Series. They've got it all at Liberty Arena: trampoline park, bowling alley, arcade, great restaurants, and a whole lot more.
Here's the Loyalsock Township High School Lancer Marching Band. I just had a chance to go back to my alma mater and be the guest speaker for the class of 2026. Thoroughly enjoyed myself that evening, and really want to thank the administration, faculty, and the entire Loyalsock School District for welcoming me back 40-some years later to speak about my travels and my experience, and wish the class of 2026 the best. Some great kids in that class, and certainly outstanding high school. That's where I graduated from.
One of Loyalsock's favorite sons.
Tell us about the great athletes out of Loyalsock. Who's the best?
Brian Luther pitched, left-handed pitcher, pitched for North Carolina. Actually, Tommy John was his coach when Brian got down there. He was a really good baseball player. They've had so many great basketball players over the years. CI winning as coach in the state, just recently retired. Obviously dealing with some health issues. Want to wish him the best. We've just had so many great athletes, track and field to wrestling to you name it, baseball, basketball. Kyle Dacris, Colorado Rockies system, got to AA, played down in North Carolina. Amazing athletes there in Loyalsock.
As the Loyalsock band marches by, the gang from Blaze Alexander is part of Division 8. Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships, family owned and operated, spreading out 18 dealerships across the state of Pennsylvania. Family owned, Blaze and his two sons Adam and Aubrey are known for their involvement and dedication to the community, and that is certainly well known across central Pennsylvania. Let's talk about the champs from Panama.
Panama, they were another automatic qualifier for the World Series, the Davis Dolaguita Little League from Chiriquí, Panama. 4,000 miles from Williamsport, population 470,000. Their first game will be Friday at 1 o'clock. Now, their fun fact, Davis Dolaguita's second appearance, they were here back in 1993, finishing as runner-up to the champion Long Beach Little League from California.
Gang from Blaze Alexander handing out wiffle ball and bats. That is an interesting giveaway, one I have not seen yet.
And you both got one.
We both got one, yes. Blaze Alexander official wiffle ball bat. There's the Panama champs. Coach is holding up two phones to record the thing. You'll see him here in a second. There he is, right there in the black shirt. He's not going to miss a thing. The Southeast Region champs come to us from Alabama. Courtney is with them.
All right, we're here aboard the Southeast team. Phoenix City Youth Little League coach Case Rasmus, talk about this win on the way into this tournament.
Oh, this is incredible. This experience here, the journey to get here has been a lot of fun. We're super glad to be here and ready to get to play some baseball tomorrow.
A defining performance in that championship game was probably Kinley's performance, that shutout. 8 Ks, 3 hits. Talk about what she's meant to this team so far.
She's an absolute rock star. She is anything we ask her, she gets after it. Pound strike zone hitting, defensively, base running. You saw that she did a great base running play in that game as well. She's a great player. I'm super glad she's on our side.
She happens to be your niece, if I'm not correct. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
What's it been like for this family, this whole Rasmus family, to experience this all together?
It's been incredible. We have a little bit of history of Little League, and so it's been cool to kind of revisit it now, being a little bit older. I was 9 when we came back before, so coming back again a little bit older, a little more cognizant of what's going on. It's been fun for sure.
That 99 team had success. What do you hope for this 2026 team?
We're going to focus on winning game 1 and go from there and see how far we can make it.
What's it like to see these kids throwing balls, signing autographs, taking this all in?
Oh, they're loving it. Their hands are black from the Sharpie. I'm not sure how good their signatures are, but they're going to be a lot better when we leave than when they got here, for sure.
Well, hopefully it doesn't tire out their hands well for pitching. Speaking of pitching, it's been pretty fantastic throughout. I guess we'll watch out for that. Talk about this team and combined effort to go undefeated at the regionals.
Our pitching's been great. I think our catcher, Brooks Cameron, is a big reason for that. He's been really good, rock solid. He's caught every inning for us in state and regionals. And so, he does a great job for us. Our pitchers do a good job of getting ahead and letting our defense work and keeping our defense alive and awake. So they do a great job of helping us stay in ball games.
Thank you very much and best of luck to you. You want to say hi to our friends at WMAZ back home watching tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We're cheering on your team. We're going to toss it back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Courtney. Southeast Region champs, Gabe.
Phoenix City, Alabama. They're along the Chattahoochee River, 40,000 population. Their second trip here, same league, new name. Phoenix City National Little League in 1999 won the U.S. Championship, but they lost in the 99 Little League World Series Championship game to Japan. That team featured Colby and Corey Rasmus, who went on to play in the major leagues. Corey's daughter, Kinsley, who they talked about, their standout pitcher, their uncle Case, the manager who we heard from, and Corey is a coach. And Case's son, Riker, also stars for the team. So it's really a cool story. I think Kinsley is going to be one of those standout players that everybody remembers from 2026.
Yeah, that would be fantastic to see. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Division 9. Stay with us here live on WNEP from Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
This is a live WNEP presentation. Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series. Live from downtown Williamsport, it's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty, the final 2 divisions here. Division 9, sponsored by Diversified Treatment Alternative Centers, is on board, and we have Mexico and the Northwest region floats coming up here in just a few minutes, and then we will head to Division 10 and wrap up this outstanding night here in the 20th Grand Slam Parade from downtown Williamsport.
Really has been outstanding so far. Weather, the crowd, the teams, all of it, just fantastic.
The snacks.
The snacks, the wiffle balls,
Mid-state beverages, the float here, servicing the area since 1970, and the folks are handing out bottles of water here along the parade route. Not terribly hot here tonight. It is a summer night in Williamsport. Weather's pretty comfortable for this event. The big crowd has turned out. This is Division 9.
This is the Salvation Army of Lycoming County. Representing the Salvation Army in today's parade are the officers, staff, and volunteers of Salvation Army's Williamsport Corps, along with their friend and mascot, Shieldy. Let's all say hi to Shieldy and welcome him to his first Little League World Series and parade. Since 1885, the Salvation Army has been meeting the needs in Williamsport and surrounding communities. While the Salvation Army most often comes to mind at Christmas time with the Red Kettles, they are here to help 365 days a year around the globe.
Our thanks to them. You can hear the music coming down the street. That is going to be the Hughesville High School Spartan Band in their very distinctive green shirts.
This song sounds vaguely familiar.
I've heard it somewhere before.
Under the direction of Miss Maggie Weeder and Rachel Booth, 7th to 12th graders residing in Hughesville, part of the Spartan Marching Band.
Our chief meteorologist, Kurt Aaron, a proud Hughesville High graduate.
You know, while we have a couple of seconds, I'll have to, kind of say thank you here to Kurt and to the whole weather team. They've been helping us out at Journey Bank Ballpark, providing us with great video forecasts that we play twice a night during our game. They have done a superb job, and we thank them for all of their hard work.
Storm Tracker 16 team is a quality outfit. Here's Lycoming College.
The baseball team.
Yeah, there you go.
They will be over at the Little League World Series, helping with volunteering at concession stands. Stop by, get a 2026 Lycoming College Little League trading pin from one of the players, along with Coach Oliveri. Fairly new program. Coach O has done a fantastic job with that new baseball program at Lycoming.
Great uniforms.
Lycoming College, also the home of 58-year-old freshman football player Tommy Sillo.
That in and of itself is worth the price of admission.
Lycoming, part of the Landmark Conference, Division III baseball. Doesn't get any better than that.
All right, here in Division 9, we are going to meet the champions from Mexico, Gabe.
From the Municipal de Tijuana Little League, Tijuana, Baja California, their third trip to Williamsport. They were here in 2013 and 2023. It's a border city in Mexico, 18 miles south of San Diego. Population 2.3 million. They were 6-1 in the regional. Their first game will be Thursday at 12 noon against Australia. Mexico was the first international team to ever win the Little League World Series title. That was back in 1957 when the Industrial Little League from Monterrey, Mexico, with Angel Macias throwing the only perfect game ever in a championship game at the Little League World Series.
It would seem geographically this team is pretty close to the California champs.
Yeah, you would think so. Probably about 40 miles away.
Well, I hope they carpooled. The U.S. champions are from the Northwest region. They come from Tacoma, Washington, and they are with A.J. Myers.
Thanks so much, Scott. I'm with Kyle Yarborough of Soundview Little League. Kyle, your team had to face a little adversity. You had to go through the losers bracket in the regional round. How special was it that your team faced some adversity and got through it?
It was awesome. I mean, not our first time. We actually dropped our second game in state as well. Our team's built to have a lot of pitching, so that path going through the losers bracket and playing every day is not too hard for us.
And your pitcher, Francis McCain, had an excellent game, 10 Ks in that last outing. How special was his performance?
It was good. We knew he was the guy. He's always been the guy for us this last year, and he didn't want anything more than to just take the ball and go deal. So, and that's what he did.
And for you, just how special is it for this group and for this team to represent the Northwest?
It's awesome. I mean, these guys have been together for a few years. They know each other. They're good friends. They play against each other in regular Little League. And for them to come out here and compete with the best Little Leaguers in the world, I think they're as excited as we are.
All right, thank you so much. We got to give a special shout out to our station out there, KING5. So big hello to everyone there as well. Thank you so much. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, AJ. Gabe.
The Northwest Region Soundview Little League, Tacoma, Washington, about 30 miles from Seattle. They're 2,700 miles from Williamsport. They became the 6th straight team from Washington to win the Northwest Region Tournament. In all, 15 Washington teams have been to the World Series, the most famous being the 1982 Kirkland Washington team that won the title over Taiwan, who had won 5 straight titles. Population of Tacoma, 230,000. They were 3-1 in the regionals. They'll play tomorrow against the Southeast at 3 p.m. Frank Mars founded the Mars Corporation in 1911 in Tacoma, and Bing Crosby was also born in Tacoma.
The champions of the Northwest region.
There was a kid from Mexico who had a great catch and a throwback, and then a coach from the Northwest team high and outside on the throwback.
Oh. We're going to take a quick break. This is Division 9. We have one more division to go. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us here live in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Celebrating the start of the Little League World Series, live from the birthplace of Little League, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's the Grand Slam Parade.
It's a Grand Slam!
Welcome back to the 20th Grand Slam Parade. We'd like to thank J.B. Gibbons Construction for assembling all of our scaffolding here today to keep us high and safe and protected. We really appreciate their hard work and being part of this Grand Slam Parade here in 2026. There they are. Builder of the Williamsport Lumber Yards, concession stand and pavilions. Whole new facility right across the way here, Gabe.
$24 million project of the Williamsport-Lycoming Chamber of Commerce and the Lycoming County Visitors Bureau, bringing literally hundreds of thousands of people to our area, kids to play travel baseball and softball. It's been a smash success so far. It opened in April, and we're all really proud that we were able to make that all happen, the Williamsport Lumber Yards.
Before we head to Division 10 here, DeMarco's Landscaping and Lawn Care just went through, and onto our last division, Division 10, sponsored by Pennsylvania General Energy, or PGE, proud to be an independent, privately owned oil and natural gas provider serving north central and northwestern PA. Let's head up to Jake Michaels.
Thank you so much, and we are joined this evening by Ann Ryan, Department Secretary of Tourism of Pennsylvania. Good evening, Ann. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, a happy Little League World Series Day.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about this Grand Slam Parade and what it means to Lycoming County and actually even the state of Pennsylvania and the Little League World Series for that matter.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, you have 70,000 people coming in from all over the world, all over the country. They're enjoying Williamsport. They're enjoying the Pennsylvania Wild. And you just can't beat that for economic impact. The Little League World Series generates $40 million in economic impact, and that's, support of our small businesses, our coffee shops, our bars and restaurants, which are rowdy right now and having such a great time. But more than that, you asked about the parade. There's real civic pride. You talk to anybody in Pennsylvania, even if they're not from Williamsport, and we are a proud people that the Little League World Series is in PA. And I've had the privilege of supporting so many 2026 events this year: the FIFA World Cup, MLB All-Star Series, NFL Draft. And while it's been incredible to support those in 2026, I tell everybody the OG marquee global event in Pennsylvania is the Little League World Series. It paved the way for Pennsylvania to be the epicenter of the sports world.
Without question. And we can't thank you enough for what the department does for the Grand Slam Parade and the Little League World Series in and of itself.
Yeah, well, it's important that it goes off without a hitch. I'm here with my 4-year-old daughter, and you see all the different companies and organizations throwing candy, throwing the baseballs, they get them signed, they're throwing them back. And it's that pride, it's that joy. There's nothing like a communal experience right now. That's what people are craving, whether they're locals who live right here or they're visitors from all over the world. So it is an honor to support the parade. It's an honor to support the Little League World Series and all of Williamsport, and making sure that the series is a wild success.
All right. Thank you so much for your support, Ann.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's go back down to the booth.
Thank you, Jake. This is Division 10, the last division of the night. What a wonderful night it has been. We've seen the District 12 Little League come through.
Your Building Centers made a pass. Scott, largest employee-owned lumber yard, 20 retail locations, 3 manufacturing facilities throughout PA. And now the Montgomery area Red Raider marching bands making a trip down Route 15 past the Little League Complex and Museum and over here to downtown Williamsport. Red Raider Band under the direction of Mr. Trey Fox and led by senior drum major Zoe Sargent and junior drum major Emily Miller. The Red Raider Marching Band proud to represent their community and to celebrate the excitement and tradition of the Grand Slam Parade here in Williamsport. If Courtney Harrison is ready on the float, we will get to her as soon as she's ready. She has Team Canada and the Mid-Atlantic region on the same float. We'll be coming around the corner here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, we'll explain what happened there. A little change up in Division 10 as we watch Montgomery walk by. Our great director, Courtney Skelton, is on site with us tonight. She is a Red Raider alum. Visit with Jake real quick here before we get to the team from Canada.
All right, thank you very much. I am with the president and CEO of the Williamsport-Lycoming Chamber of Commerce, Jason Fink. And, well, here we are, Jason, 20 years into the Grand Slam Parade.
It is 20 years. It's definitely, I can still remember those early years, too, trust me.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not what we're having today, I will tell you. It's great to be able to just see how this has grown into really something that is truly the kickoff to the Little League World Series now.
It's an amazing event, and a lot of amazing sponsors help make this happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, without their support, and I'm not going to name any of them because it would not be fair, but without their support, we wouldn't be doing this. We just couldn't pull off the quality event. We use those resources to be able to support, like, the bands who come in. All the high school bands, for example, get a contribution. We give them monies to come in. All the floats, we take care of paying for all the Little League floats, and just so many other things for it, the barricades, everything. Without their support, we can't do this event.
Yeah, and how about your volunteers?
I can tell you, we definitely can't do it without the volunteers. They start planning this parade back in January. We do a wrap-up meeting. Technically, we started right after because we do a wrap-up meeting and we're already talking about next year. So volunteers have been phenomenal, and I also have to say I am blessed with a great team that I work with every day. The people that I go to work with, my colleagues at the Chamber, the Visitors Bureau, they're a great team of people, and we don't do this without them as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for a successful 20th Grand Slam parade. Let's throw it back down to Courtney.
Hi, guys. I'm down here with the Mid-Atlantic team, Pennsylvania's own East Side Little League. These guys are signing some autographs, throwing balls. We've got Ryan Donnelly and Cole Warner. What does this mean to you guys to be here after the journey you guys have been through?
It's awesome. All these fans cheering us on and always following our journey.
It feels great, like signing all these autographs.
You guys have been part of a great threesome of pitching. What is it about your pitching that's been so solid? I saw you guys all the way back at States as well.
Yeah, we just got to pitch the contact, trust our fielders.
You had eight strikeouts here in that the championship game. What did that feel like?
It felt great, just like trusting my defense and just throwing like sweepers and all speeds. It felt great.
Get back in there and sign some autographs. Thank you guys. Best of luck to you. This team's got a lot of fans here. We're not going to waste any of their time. We're going to let Gabe tell you all about them here. Go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah, Courtney, the Mid-Atlantic Region East Side Little League from Westchester, PA, just 170 miles from Williamsport, the shortest trip of any of the teams. They're the 38th Pennsylvania team to appear in the Little League World Series. Population 19,000. Of course, last year, also from Chester County, the Upper Euclid Township. They were 3-0 in the regional this year. They outscored their opponents 21-2. They get a bye. They play for their first game Friday, 7 o'clock. And a fun fact, Pennsylvania has 4 Little League World Series titles, with the last coming in 1960 with the Levittown American Little League.
And they're sharing a float with the team from Canada because we're told Canada's float broke down early in the parade route. What can you tell us about the team from British Columbia?
Yeah, British Columbia, Vancouver, British Columbia, as a matter of fact. The Little Mountain Little League, they are back for a 4th appearance. They were here in 2010, 2022, and last year, 2025. The population, Metro Vancouver, 2.5 million. They were 8-0 in their regional. They play tomorrow, 5 o'clock, against Asia Pacific, and it's the 29th time that Canada has been represented by British Columbia at the tournament. That's the most of any Canadian province.
And that is your 20 teams for the 2026 Little League World Series. We have Frito-Lay and Pepsi. I'm sorry, Steve, walking by. That's where we're getting rained on by bags of Funyuns.
Funyuns!
Giving away Funyuns like they're going out of style.
Yeah, they've been supplying fun foods for the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast regions since way back in 1971. Pepsi Beverage Company, Williamsport site has been producing, serving beverages for the Mid-Atlantic Northeast region since 1933. PepsiCo was formed in 1965 with the mergers of Pepsi Cola Company and Frito-Lay. PepsiCo has since expanded to a broader range of food and beverage brands. Boy, what a way to end the night.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic night all around. I guess other than the Canada float breaking down, everything went pretty smoothly. What do you think, AJ, your first parade?
Getting to meet the 10 United States teams and also getting to see the 10 international teams. Can't wait for the baseball to start now. I'll send it back over to you one final time.
AJ, great job tonight. Thank you very much. We loved having you down there on the parade route. Gabe, some final thoughts?
Another awesome parade, the 20th. Congratulations to the Williamsport-Lycoming Chamber of Commerce for the great work. Jason Fink, the parade committee, the whole crew. Just fantastic. Wonderful night.
Now, Steve Lloyd, now it's when the sports team starts to get busy.
Well, Scott, I got some Funyuns here. I got a commemorative little rubber baseball. I got my bat here from Blaze Alexander. I got my glove ready to go. And obviously tomorrow starts the 79th Little League World Series. But boy, what a night here in downtown Williamsport. We're so glad we can bring you this live coverage of the 20th Grand Slam Parade from start to finish. Outstanding job by our crew and you guys too, welcoming everybody to Williamsport and having the world here watch us. It's been an amazing evening.
Let's go back upstairs to Jake.
Hey, thank you very much, Scott. Once again, we're with the president and CEO of the Williamsport Lake Cumming Chamber of Commerce, Jason Fink. Again, a very successful 20th Grand Slam parade.
Yes, yeah, great crowds. I mean, it's the excitement, the enthusiasm, the cheering for the teams as they came through. I mean, to me, think about it. You have not even played a game yet. You just got feted by a crowd of thousands that came out just to cheer you on, their autograph and stuff. I mean, to me, that's a cool thing right there.
Yeah, and of course, the Little League games get underway tomorrow, and we've also got the Williamsport Welcomes the World Street Festival coming up.
Yes, yeah, Williamsport Welcomes the World. That's coming up next Friday, the 28th. That'll be here in downtown Williamsport. Many of the streets that we just did the parade on, that'll be part of the event. Cool thing with that one is we have Hall of Fame, just newly inducted Hall of Famer Andrew Jones coming in. He's going to be doing an autograph session here downtown from 5:30 to 6:30. Excited to be able to have him there. The cool thing is, we didn't pick it this way, but he's from Carousel.
Yeah.
And there's a team from Carousel. So we're hoping to be able to make that happen this year.
Well, that's awesome. And once again, congratulations on a successful 20 Grand Slam parade.
You, definitely.
You're welcome. Let's go back down to the booth.
Hey, thank you, Jake. Great job. He's right above us. We don't actually see him, but great job up there tonight, Jake. We appreciate it. And then the parade is over. The crowd is starting to dissipate here. We have had just an amazing time. Courtney can talk to us one final time as well.
Well, it's been a fantastic day overall. I've got goodies, I've got snacks. Lots of these kids were loaded up with their bags. It's been a fantastic day. We're wishing the best of luck to all of the teams, especially that Pennsylvania team. The California team even took time to sign out one of the squishy balls that they were throwing around for us. So we've got that back for you guys to see later. But it's been a fantastic day overall. And again, good luck to all the teams and enjoy Williamsport and South Williamsport while you're all here.
Well, if the California team wins the Ultimate Little League World Series, that ball may be a collector's item.
Most definitely.
Definitely. We're going to have extensive coverage, of course, throughout the course of the Little League World Series from South Williamsport. Nightly reports on our news on WNEP. AJ Myers is going to be a big part of that coverage. You ready to cover the Little League World Series for us, AJ?
Yeah, Scott, you can't get rid of me just yet. I'm super excited. And I think what's really special, and I think we really got to meet today, is all the connections, family connections that there are. So many of these managers have sons on the team, or they've had sons on the team in the past, and it's a real family that these groups are together. And I think people don't understand that these teams have also been playing all summer long. This started way back in May, June. They have given up their summer to play baseball, and now they've really gotten to the pinnacle of youth baseball. So it's going to be really special to see them all play, and just from all over the world as well. We see teams from Japan, Mexico, Canada, which is really special. It really makes this event really unique in this town. I mean, this town is what makes this event unique, because there's nothing, special about baseball, but when it's little kids in here at Williamsport, that's what makes it so unique and so special. It's got quite the cleanup now, got a lot of chips on the road and whatnot, but that's all going to be fun the rest of the night. But I had a great experience interviewing these teams and talking to everybody, and I'll send it back up to you guys for one final time to wrap things up.
We're going to talk to Jake one final time as well.
All right, thank you very much, and big thanks to WNEP TV 16, of course, the Lake Cumming Chamber of Commerce, the Williamsport Lake Cumming Chamber of Commerce, for this incredible event here in downtown Williamsport. And it's been great working with Scott, Gabe, Steve, Courtney, and AJ. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and enjoying this wonderful parade tonight. Back down to the booth to finish things up.
And as we said, the first game of the 2026 Little League World Series is tomorrow afternoon across the river in South Williamsport, and that starts 10, 11, 12 days of just absolute craziness, and we can't get enough of it. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Scott Schaefer, Steve Lloyd, Gabe Sinacropi. It has been our honor to bring you this wonderful event live from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Grand Slam!